join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Good morning, BHS. Today is Friday, January 17th. We are running an F-Day schedule. My name is Adriana.
My name is Lillian White. This is our last show before exams.
Also, we do not have school Monday because we are celebrating Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday.
As always, we have a fun-packed show for you all today. Let's start by making you aware of today's lunch menu.
Today we will have cheese or pepperoni French bread pizza with Spanish salad and the fruit of the day.
Sounds like a great Friday meal.
And now here are week top stories.
We will get to know someone in our VHS community in 10 questions. We will have a new segment of Artist of the Week. We will hear more about Martin Luther King Jr. We will hear about a student community service experience. We have some tips on best to prepare for exams, and we will hear from a couple of our student athletes.
All this and much more coming up, but first is public service announcement.
Maybe you've been considering taking a break from social media altogether, a digital detox perhaps. Well, the start of the new year is as good a time as any to try it out, but where do you start? Well, you don't have to give up social media completely. Research finds spending about half an hour on social media per day can actually help reduce anxiety, depression, and loneliness. They say anything longer than that, though, could have the opposite effect. Now, if you are having a hard time limiting your time online, a couple of tips. First, consider turning off all notifications on your phone so that you're not getting those pings all the time. Also, they say you can delete apps completely to avoid any temptation. And finally, they say try to find other ways to fill your time.
The number one benefit of reducing your social media time is being more present. It helps you to be more fully engaged and improve the quality of your relationships. It allows you to be more authentic in your day-to-day life and experience things directly instead of through a camera lens.
Now, we talked about family resolutions earlier. If you want to cut back on your kids' social media time, experts say try to plan more family activities away from screens.
Welcome back. We hope you learned something new from our public service announcement. My name is Sora Gomes.
And my name is River. This coming Monday, there will be no school because we will celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. We thought it would be appropriate to ask you what you consider to be his greatest contributes to our nation.
So Martin Luther King fought for black people's rights in America, and he died for them.
The thing about Martin Luther King Jr. is most American man to serve. That's all I can know about Martin Luther King Jr. So good.
Martin Luther King was a person who protested civil rights in a peaceful way, and he was a great influence on the civil rights movement, and we celebrate him today on Monday. He's a great inspiration to all of us in today and back then, and we appreciate him.
Martin Luther King is significant because he was a civil rights activist who did not support violence.
Yes, he did a lot for, the black community, and I think it's just really important that we celebrate what he did and who he was as a person.
Did you know that Martin Luther King Day has been adopted as a national day of service?
Yes, that is correct. The idea is to not think of it as a day but rather as a day on to serve others. One of our students just did that recently during his holiday break. We sat down with Raphael to learn more about his experience.
I went to Hawaii with my church, and it was basically like a mission trip. So we helped poor people. We brought them food, materials and stuff. Well, in the beginning, my parents told me about it, and basically when my parents want me to go to a retreat, I go where they want me to go. But when I went there, I learned a lot of things. I was proud that I went. I learned to be thankful for what I have and stuff. I learned that some people in the world don't have what I have, and I learned that I like to serve. I enjoyed helping people that are less fortunate than myself. I would say it might sound like a boring idea in the beginning, but if there's an opportunity, just take a chance, and if you like it, you like it, and if you don't, maybe try it again one more time or something. That's basically it. I actually have a couple friends. I have actually a lot of friends from New York, and I call some people in California, Ohio every once in a while.
Exams will be held next week. Are you ready?
Well, just like most things, there are some best practices when it comes to studying. It is important to avoid getting stressed by preparing ahead of time. Let's learn more on some tips on how to best prepare yourself to take the exams.
First up, research shows that study sessions are most effective in small, short chunks. Instead of cramming in a 10-hour study session, it's much more effective to spread it out into 20, 30-minute sessions over a few weeks. This is because your brain is better at encoding information into the synapses in short, repeated sessions as opposed to one large one. And this is why even learning different skills, whether it's swimming, tennis, or a singing lesson, often follows this same format. And while cramming and pulling all-nighters may be a ritual, it turns out that this is linked to the lowest grades. After prolonged nocturnal study sessions, reasoning and memory may be negatively affected for up to 4 whole days. Instead, setting up specific times in a day or during the week just to study primes your brain by creating a routine, and over time, studying actually becomes easier as your brain is trained to learn in those moments. Flashcards, on the other hand, are proven to be excellent memory reinforcement tools, whether during your scheduled study times or during off times like a bus ride home. But where should you be studying? Research shows that having a designated sacred spot for study that's well equipped with every tool you might need is best. Just like setting times, this primes your brain for studying. Have an awesome study playlist? Not so fast. While some studies have shown that certain types of classical music can help improve concentration, a recent study has shown that learning with rhythmic background noise can be detrimental to focus, and those not using music fared much better. And if you haven't already, put away your phone. This is a no-brainer, but your texts and social media notifications severely decrease concentration.
We are pleased to bring you some of Emma's photography every week. Let's see what she has in store for us this week.
Now it's time once again to get to know somebody better in our 10 question segment with our very own Sawyer Gomes.
Hey,
Let's
guys.
take a look.
Here we are with the 10 questions inspired by the late James Lipton. What is your name?
My name is Dr. Peter Morano.
How are you connected to BHS?
So I am the superintendent of schools.
What was the first music you ever bought or listened to?
The first music I listened to or bought was Van Halen, the 1984 album.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's a very good one.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I think so. I do CrossFit, and I would love to be a full-time CrossFit coach.
Nice. Can you explain to the viewer what that is so they can get some insight?
CrossFit is it's an exercise program that's pretty popular right now.
What profession would you absolutely not like to try?
Accountant. Not a chance.
What is your favorite word, Mr. Morano?
My favorite word is kerfuffle.
What does that mean?
It means something that kind of throws off your day.
Okay. What is your least favorite word?
My least favorite word is limited. I don't like limits.
What sound or noise do you love?
I think my favorite sound, early in the morning, birds chirping outside.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
If there was a day that we would celebrate our own achievements, what achievement would you celebrate that day?
I would go with completing a full marathon. I've never done one, but I would love to try one.
Are you thinking about doing one?
I'm thinking about it. We'll see.
One thing leads naturally to another. How do you hope people will remember you after you leave BHS?
So I've been here for a long time, 25 years. And
Wow.
Yeah. And I just hope that I have done everything I can to make the experience for students the very best it can be.
Thank you, Dr. Morano, for coming on the show.
Thank you, Sawyer.
Now it's time for our Artist of the Week segment. River has the interview.
Hello, welcome to Hawk News. Today we have Landon Egan.
Hi.
What do you have to show us today, Landon?
I have my painting of a can I recently did in Art 3.
That looks amazing. How'd you do it?
So I use a reference of this can, and I kind of did an impressionist painting of the can, and I focused less on the details and more about how it looked at a distance.
That looks wonderful.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for coming on our show today. Do you know what you're working on next?
I'm working on a recreation of the painting The Fallen Angel.
Oh, wow. That sounds amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Maybe we'll have you on for our next one to show us your next painting?
I hope so.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for coming on our show today.
Yep. Thank you.
Bye.
And now, sports. The best segment of all time. With me, Sawyer Gomes.
And River.
This week, I had the opportunity to sit down with our basketball captains to learn about how their season is going and what have been the highlights of their basketball careers at BHS. Here is the video. Today, we are honored to have the captains of the basketball team here in the studio, Annabella and Max. Thanks, guys, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Sawyer.
So, how's your season going, guys?
It's good so far. We're 6-4 right now, which is better than we ever have been, so I would say good.
What about you, Max?
Yeah, we had a rough start to the season, but we're looking to come back in the next half and just do better, that's all.
Do you have any highlights of the season so far?
Yes, actually, well, considering our winning streak so far. And we've also beat a team, Ursuline, that we lost to in previous years.
What about you, Max?
Yeah, we played a tough opponent, Medfield away, and we gave them a really good battle. We fought hard, and we ended up losing by 5. So that was a good game that we're looking forward to.
Congrats, dude.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say to your coaches?
Just thank you for being patient with all of us and being a good role model.
What about you?
I'd like to thank Coach Aponi and Coach Blue just for always being there for us and supporting us and showing us how to, develop into a man in the.
I bet they're very
life.
pleased to hear what you guys have said. Being seniors this year, do you have any advice for lower gradesmen that are on the basketball team or they want to be on the team?
I would just say keep going and just do things or try new things and just even try out if you like the sport.
Nice. Max, what is your advice?
Yeah, just senior year comes fast, so just do what you can do in freshman, sophomore year and just work to be the best that you can be, that's all.
Do you guys have any games coming up today?
Yes, we actually have a game tonight against Hopkinton at 6.
Nice.
Yeah,
What about you,
we
Max?
play away in Hopkinton. It's a special occasion for Hopkinton, and we're looking to put on a good game, that's all.
Well, we wish you luck, and thank you guys for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sawyer.
And that's all for sports this week.
Now it's time for the weather this week. Is it been true of flurriness, Bernie?
Well, there have been some different reports, but no snow. No. It'll be sunny. My name is Bernie Pierce, and here is the weather for Bellingham this weekend. Friday, sunny, high at 37. Still cold, wear a jacket, low 26. 26, yuck. Saturday, tomorrow, high of 48, 46, low 28. Rain, dang. I want to dance in the rain, but I can. Sunday, 38, high 38, low of 18, partly cloudy. Who knows? Maybe we'll get snow. I don't know. Maybe. And that was the weather for Bellingham this weekend. See you all next week.
Now it's time to go to the movies with our one and only Sawyer Gomes.
Hello, my movie peeps. I'm Sawyer Gomes with your Black Hawk movie review. This week's movie review is on The Godfather, starring Marlon Brando from A Streetcar Named Desire, Al Pacino from Scent of a Woman, James Caan from Elf, and John Cazale from Dog Day Afternoon. The movie is directed by Francis Ford Coppola, who directed The Outsiders. The movie follows Michael Corleone, who is part of the Corleone Mafia family. Despite him not wanting to be involved with the Mafia, there are events that cause Michael to be thrown into the crossfire. Roll the clip.
You look terrible. I want you to eat. I want you to rest well, and a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want.
It's too late. They start shooting in a week.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. Now, just go outside, enjoy yourself, and forget about all this nonsense. I want you to leave all to me.
Francis Ford Coppola is a master of big, expansive shots. An example of this is right at the beginning, where we have the wedding of the Godfather's daughter. This scene had more than 500 extras. So I'll make him an offer he can't refuse. 4 out of 5 Hawks. I'm Sawyer Gomes, and I will see you next time at the movies.
Thank you, Sawyer, for your work. Always very entertaining.
Thank you, River. Well, that concludes our show for this week. Thank you so much for watching. We will leave you with our quote of the week. It comes to us from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He said, "I know somehow that only when it is dark enough can you see the stars."
Sometimes we don't realize that when things are bad, that it is time to appreciate when things are good, but we must experience trouble to appreciate the good times.
On that note, have a great long weekend, everyone. Keep in mind what a great man we are celebrating on Monday.
Perhaps reflect on how lucky we are to have the freedoms that we have and be aware of how difficult our lives would be if we did not have them.
We and our entire behind-the-scenes crew wish you a great weekend. That's the way it is, BHS. Bye. See what I did there, Mr. Costa? The slogan.